Hello. All right. Just give this a couple minutes to see if anybody decides to come on. Hey, welcome to the channel. I'm Wayne. If you haven't met before, don't ask me why. It's been a long day. So I am a little distracted, but that's okay. Look, so I'm going to tell you guys about me coming from Germany to North Carolina for some training that I actually just got to. This is my second day, and let me tell you what, after being away from the United States for, I don't know, since 2012, I arrived in North Carolina on Sunday, and it was an extreme culture shock, my friends. Now, this live stream is not to tell you my entire story about coming to North Carolina. It's more about what's on your mind. So if you're just arriving and I see somebody in there, so if you don't mind, just drop your name, who you are, where you're from. Really, I just want to touch base with you guys and say, everything's cool. It was quite a culture shock coming to Germany, and a lot of things are different now that I don't drink, and I see a lot more of the complexities of America versus Germany, like wide open. And I don't know if it interests you to know, but when I got out of the plane and I saw how many different kinds of people there are, and how they walk and how they talk and how they react to certain things versus, the people in Germany. Now, this is not to say anything bad about Europeans, but they tend to fall in line with what is going on. Now, I'm not sure, and I'm just going to mess around with this real quick. Nothing ever goes good when I mess around with the settings, but I just want to see if the comments are working. So if you don't mind, just drop a thumbs up or just tell me that you can hear me and everything else. And that way I'm not wasting any of your valuable time. And if there's anything that is on your mind that, hey, what is going on? I'm glad I can actually see the comments. I'm just going to read this like all weird like, hi, my name is Dom. Oh, you're from England. How you doing? Drinking for about 15 years. You know what? Dom, it's really good to have you here, and it's really good to know that the small things that I'm trying to give back through my sobriety, because I'm going to tell you what, it wasn't easy. And I see that you say you've been drinking for 15 years. And, I can understand that it might be a little daunting. So I appreciate that the little bit of traffic on my channel is helping you. And it is in part to all the people who watch this channel, because I wouldn't be sitting here, and I say it all the time, but I wouldn't be sitting here if I tried to do everything on my own, because I tried to do everything on my own for like 2 decades, and that just didn't go well. I just kept finding myself at the bottom of a bottle, and there was nothing there. But it is good to see you, and it is good to see some other folks that are popping on here. And Dom, if you got any questions that come up throughout this small little live stream, just pop them in the chat. And, if you're cool with it, we can talk about it on here, or you can hit me up at my email at onceovertoanother@gmail.com. Now, I just want to restate that, I'm a little out of sorts. Hey, what's going on, Windex? Been a minute. So, Windex is, you want me to call you Windex? I actually think that's awesome. So you stopped drinking New Year's. Did I read that right? 1988. That is outstanding, Windex. And I'm gonna tell you what, a lot of folks out here, um, in general, don't think that we have a problem. Don't think that we have alcohol as our problem. And this is just speaking in general. What I found is that most people will say that we're weak, that we are weak-willed, and that there's something inherently wrong with us, which is partially true. And we just can't stop drinking. We won't stop drinking. There's a lot more to it than just that alone, because I know for me, I wanted to stop drinking many, many times. However, my alcoholic brain, that inherent thing that is wrong with me, convinced me that, you know what? Why not? So, with that in mind, back to the little story, right? So, I got off the airplane on Sunday, and I came to North Carolina, and I was seeing all the walks of life, all the different types of people, and everything else. And it honestly was a culture shock for me, because I was used to, for the last 10 years, 12 years straight, I was used to just everybody kind of did everything the same in Germany, where I'm from, and it became normal. And the shopping malls, they shut down at 1800 or 6 p.m. or 8 p.m. at the latest. So to come back to the United States and see everything in full swing happening all at the same time and not stopping, no off button, it was absolutely mind blowing. And when I used to get anxious, when those the foot traffic of people got so heavy, I would always find myself wanting to drink, because that's the way that I could like just tune it all out and numb it all out and just deal with it as it was happening, and pretty much just dismiss it all together. That being, a panic attack or whatever, from just people being around me. Now that comes from a lot of things. That comes from combat, that comes from childhood, that comes from, when I first got sober, I didn't know how to handle people. I didn't know how to talk to people. And sort of, I still don't. So that's how I used to handle that kind of chaos when I was, in my active alcoholism. I would drink. So coming back to the United States, and I don't drink at all, because this is the first time that I'm actually back in the United States without drinking. And so seeing America, as fast as it is, as individual as people are, and as, I don't know, kind of blinders how everybody walks, because everybody is doing their own thing, and they have their own agendas, they have their own lives, and there's no off button. And for me, that was just so bizarre to come back to. And pardon me. and then folks, when this is just about me coming back to the United States, when now hear me out. So I watch Cops all the time, this show. Like in Germany, I watch it all the time. When I used to be in the United States, I watched it all the time. I've lived a lot of episodes in my lifetime, so, but I was always drunk. And I came back to here, I came back to the United States, and I came back to the America that I thought I knew. And yeah, absolutely good show, Dom. And when I was standing, this was the first day, wasn't it? No, this was Monday. I was standing at this pawn shop, and not for me, friends. Not for me. Like in my past active alcoholism, that would have been for me, because I would have been selling something so I could get my drink on. Now, so we're standing there. My colleagues and I were standing outside of this pawn shop, And I'm just waiting for the person inside to come out because he was looking at some things. And we're standing there, and right across the street, we noticed that a patrol car was following this person. And the person wasn't stopping for them. And the person just kept walking because I don't know. I've seen a lot of news in the last decade, and I've seen a lot of um, unfortunate things with police interactions. And now this is nothing against the police either, but it is acknowledging what I saw. And the person was walking away from them, and the cop kind of went up a little in front of them. The person was on foot, and the cop was in a patrol car, the policeman. And he circled back around, and he came back and he pulled the person over. And of course, the person was, a little upset and probably felt profiled. I can't speak for them, but this is what I saw. And the cop was trying to talk to them, and we noticed another car drive by, and the other car had two people in that one. Well, that car circled around behind this building, and then two people came around from the corner, and they started walking towards the police officer with the person that he had pulled over. Well, they had an interaction and an altercation, and I saw all the news, and this is me. Welcome back to America. And wouldn't you know it, like, we thought that we were going to have to witness an unfortunate event, but thankfully it got diffused and the person was released and everything else, and everybody went on their merry way. Now, why did I tell you that, folks? I told you that because in my past, Eli, how are you doing, my friend? It's great to see you. If you guys don't know Eli, this is Dom, and there are a few other people inside of the, I apologize because I'm done from today, but that's not to say that we can't keep this going strong. So here I am back in America. Say hi to Eli, say hi to Dom. But times past, I would have pretty much just barricaded myself in this hotel room, and I would have commenced to getting drunk, and I would have commenced to, these random situations that I have no business belonging in. And the great thing about being back in America today, folks, is I'm not drunk. I don't have to drink. I'm not looking for a drink. I'm here to do some work business and then take my butt back to Germany, where I belong with my family. So I don't know. I just thought that story was interesting because, America is so amazing how diverse it is. And I'm going to come back to that Windex in just a second. Matter of fact, I'm going to put that on the screen. Guys, take a look at this, and we're going to talk about this in a moment, okay? Because Windex is thinking about it, and part of this stream is called What's on Your Mind. So I think that, we should acknowledge what's on each other's minds. I'm telling you what's on mine. I'd love to hear from you guys. But anyway, so back to this real quick to wrap that up. I'm going to come back to Windex's comment. I love America because it's so diverse and it's so individualized, so to speak, but we are strong people who have a lot to offer each other, and we have a lot of experience in life. And I think that being back in this country for this brief period of time is a great insight to just how much we have a freedom that I don't experience many other places. So I don't know. I just thought I'd share that with you. So let's see what Windex has to say. I got to get a little close, guys. I got my phone going. I got these little glasses. Got my big mic. Hold on. Okay, so you guys are reading this as well. And it says, dude, for me, I was chasing the good times. I wanted to stop drinking a while ago, too. But drinking in life was like adding spice to food. Everything better and fun. But then there's the dark side. You know what, Windex? 100% agree. So I do understand completely about drinking because it was the good times. There was a period in my life where alcohol was working. There was a period in my life where, I was aiming to get intoxicated so I can go have fun. And a lot of folks, and this might be your case too, Windex, a lot of folks, they liked the drunk Wayne, or so I thought anyway. And they wanted to see intoxicated Wayne, and they wanted to hang out with a fun guy. And that's what I thought I was when I was drinking. And I thought I was having good times as well. But like you said, for me, when I was drinking, it was like breathing. It was like a second nature. And it was like the response to being who I was. Does that make sense? Because I think, Windex, that might be the same case for you. And I think that's what I'm reading. Correct me if I'm wrong, because a lot of folks out there, they think the same thing. And guys, it stops working. The alcohol stops working after a while. And same thing with, like, I can generalize because I don't know for sure, but with addicts and things like that, the drugs stopped doing what they did originally when it was good. And that's what alcohol is, or was for me, is it just stopped. And, that's a realization that is the same for a lot of us. And I'm so glad that Windex brought that up. So Eli, I'm going to read your comment out loud, okay? And I put it on the screen for everybody because we're here for you, bro. I've been having cravings lately, but I keep remembering the time spent drunk just zooms by in a blur. And when it's over, just seems like wasted time. Eli, you just nailed that too. You and Windex brought up really valid points. And I'm sorry if the sun glare just got you guys. I'm trying to block it, but I do like the sun in my room. So yes, we all have cravings, and some folks will tell you, no, absolutely they don't. And I don't, but I do get fleeting thoughts of, maybe. And those thoughts come in and leave just as quick because I played that movie all the way through to the end in fast forward, of course, and it always ends the same way. And you know what? I'm not going back there, Eli. And I don't think any of us who have been fortunate enough to get sober and stay that way, I don't think that we would go back without a fight. And so, Eli, I thank you for bringing that up. And Windex also says people like the drunk him. And, unfortunately, a lot of folks do. But they really like you all the way through? Maybe, but in my case, I have a friend of mine that pops on here once in a while, and he saw me at my worst, and he helped me see certain things about myself that I couldn't see. And he also enabled me by, allowing me to keep drinking the way I was drinking and doing what I was doing. And it was destructive. But to that topic, to that comment, I thought that he liked the drunk person. He thought that I thought that he liked the drunk me. And you know what? I wasn't further from the truth because he resented me. He was angry with me. I upset his world a lot, and I put him in positions that I probably shouldn't because I thought that, he really liked the drunk Wayne. And turns out nobody around me liked that anymore because the thrill was gone, man. And, that's just how it was for me. I don't know about you, Windex, but, for me, the people around me were done with it. And the people around me were like, no mas. And, I had to make choices, and I had to make choices that were in benefit of my health, because that was getting ready to take a big dive. And then I also had to make choices that were going to either give me life that was longer than another 5 years, or, you know, the alternatives. And I also made choices that were in betterment of my marriage and in betterment of my finances, because my finances were wrecked. And a lot of us who find ourselves in active alcoholism, and in the place where I was, we don't have any money. We don't have any control over, the next payday or anything else. But we'll find ways to get money to drink. That's for daggone sure. But what else, folks? What else is on your mind? Because you know what? I was in training and I said, look, it's time for me to go, because I said I was going to come on tonight and I said I was going to be here. And that's just a part of my sobriety routine that I have to live, is that if I say I'm going to do it, daggone it, I'm going to do my daggone it. I'm going to do my best to actually be here. So, Eli, no. On Sunday, I was going to have a live stream, but I got stuck at the airport for 12 and a half hours, 14 hours, something like that. I was supposed to be on a 9-hour flight, and that turned into 26 hours by the time I got done. So, my man, no. I am going to put this one up there, and then I'm going to put one from Eli up there. Dom writes, true. I swear, like a third of my paycheck goes to alcohol. You know what, Dom, a lot of us can relate to that, and I apologize for all the sun glare and stuff. Matter of fact, let me see if I can dim that down. A lot of us will definitely drink our paychecks, and a lot of us will, I am messing with this, and a lot of us will drink until nobody has anything. Matter of fact, I used to drink all my money and then some. And I used to race my wife to the bank, and we would play ATM roulette and see who got the money first. And I tell you what, if I didn't have it, I would borrow it. If I couldn't borrow it, I would beg for it. And if I couldn't get it when I begged for it, I would just wear people down until they gave me money to drink or they bought me alcohol. And that's a sad spot to be in, folks. Sorry. That's a sad spot to be in, when you're beg, borrowing, and stealing in order to get drunk. But that's what I did. And I tell you what, when I stopped drinking, my financial situation, it didn't improve immediately, but it improved dramatically. And it improved, I don't know, I learned how to control my money, and I learned how to spend my money, and I learned how to conserve what I had in my sobriety, or what I have rather, because that's a present statement. And I don't really have to worry about finances now. And that's something I thought I would never be able to say, because for my whole life, I never had money. And so when I did get it, I didn't know how to control it. I didn't know how to spend it. Well, I didn't know how to spend it. I spent every bit of it. I didn't know how to save it. And in my sobriety, rather through not drinking, I don't have to worry about it, which is like amazing. And Windex, you'll experience that too. So, or not Windex, sorry, Dom. Okay, so my bad. Hey guys, like I said, I'm in this hotel room and I just have this kind of propped up on something, so sorry about that. Okay, so there's the comment right there. I apologize for being close. I apologized a lot tonight because I was kind of unprepared, but that's okay. We're going to drive on. Drinking is like parachuting the Grand Canyon, warm and sunny when you jump. Then when you reach the bottom alone, cold and shivering, and it's a long climb out. Love it. Windex, you're absolutely right. And not everybody not everybody will have that problem. Not everybody is an alcoholic. And I want to go ahead and say that here because I don't think that everybody has a problem with alcohol like me. But if you do, I'm here to say that there's help, and I'm here to say that there's support that is ongoing, and it's not going to go away as long as you want support and as long as you want help. It's always going to be there for all of us. We just have to be willing to swallow our pride, be humble, and reach out for help, because I tell you what, nobody left and right of you, mostly, wants you to fail in life. Nobody left and right of you, if they care about you, wants you to fall on your face. So we're here for each other, and I always say that. Yeah, 14 hours flight. That was insane. I'm going through the comments right now. So, I've never parachuted in the Grand Canyon. Sounds like fun. However, yeah, actually, that does sound like fun. If you are stuck in the bottom of a bottle, though, I don't think so. For me, it didn't work out. I mean, I don't know. I appreciate it. Eli, you the man. Or woman. But anyway, so I just wanted to come on tonight, and I wanted to say what's up to you guys. And if you have any other questions, just throw them in the chat. I'll stay on for a little longer. My belly is thinking about food, but if you got something stirring on your mind, that's a little more important, because I can always get food after. So don't think that I'm just gonna hang up. Yeah, because I'm not. Oh, you know what I'm doing tomorrow? This is current events. So I'm here for some training, right? I work for Army Outdoor Recreation. And tomorrow, I am actually going to play paintball and go to a ski and trap range. And then the following day, I am getting certified in kayaking and canoeing, both buddy aid rescue and self-rescue. So I think that's pretty awesome that I get to come here all the way to North Carolina from Germany and I don't know, do fun stuff, because that's what my job does. Is we're outdoor recreation and we do fun shit. Or yeah. But I tell you what, also, I wouldn't be doing that if I was still drinking. I wouldn't be sitting here if I was still drinking. I know that for certain, because I probably wouldn't have a job. I probably would have got out of the Army and just said, hey, you know what? I'm going to use my retirement check to drink. But I'm not. And I think that is so awesome that I have a job that lets me, like, I don't know, my job is to have fun and help other people have fun. That's freaking awesome. Yeah, so I think that's really dope. And I think that, living sober is so much more than not drinking. And I always say that because, yeah, is it a little bit of work? It's a lot. It's daily work for me to stay sober. It's daily reprieve to be humble. And, it's daily meditation and awareness to stay sober. And I don't know. It's all totally worth it. And I have no ambition to, go back to it. And I hope the same for you guys. Okay, I'm going to throw one up there for Eli. Wayne, do you think in recent years we as a society have developed better ways in coping with alcohol? Yo, Eli, that is a very profound and perfect question. And I'll pose that to you guys as well. Do you guys think that we as a society have gotten better at coping with alcohol, or have we gotten worse? So, I personally think that we as a society have become more aware that alcoholism is so much more than just a weak will. And now you may agree or not agree with that, and that's not a scripted response. That's exactly what I think, because in 1935, and I'm not gonna like try to quote a bunch of stuff right now. In 1935, when Alcoholics Anonymous was founded. Now, don't run yet, because I don't want you to get wrapped around the term Alcoholics Anonymous. When that was founded, people were frowned upon who had drinking problems, because it was more like we were weak-willed and we didn't care. That was the idea that society had. And I honestly think that if not for significant others in alcoholics' lives, we would not have the awareness that we have now. And this is all my opinion. This is not a fact at all, but this is just what I'm thinking. Because the founders of Alcoholics Anonymous had spouses who cared about them so deeply that they went to any lengths to help them to get help and help themselves. Now, there was some trials through those periods where they either directly or indirectly enabled their spouses, their significant others, to be able to continue to drink the way they were drinking, until it got to a point where there was bottom lines and there was ultimatums. And I think that is what helped that evolve, is because those significant others held the alcoholic accountable to their actions, and that awareness and that aha moment, I'm about to lose everything in my daggone life, I think that was the turning point. And now you can agree or not agree, because I welcome opinion, by the way. I'm nobody like super important, so and I'm gonna read that in a second, Dom. But nobody, in that period of time thought that alcoholism was a disease until certain things occurred. Now, through that period of time, all the way up until present day, we are better at understanding and providing coping mechanisms and skills for resiliency and for problem solving, and also for mental awareness and for health. So I think that having those skills and those coping mechanisms available more enables people who suffer from alcoholism, as well as addiction and other forms of addiction, to have avenues and outlets in order to seek help that they normally wouldn't have in the past. Second Chance Recovery, what's up, man? Everybody say hello to my man Jesse. All right, so good to see you here, brother. What was it, Dom? You have no spouse and no girlfriend. You know what? That's okay. You don't have to, because we all are here to support you, man. We are all here to lend a hand if you need it, and we're here to pump you up and be an ear for you and give you resources that we have gotten for us to get sober and stay this way, and we're able to help each other. And that's what this is all about, my friends. All right, so it is great to be here. Gerald Nelson, how are you, brother? All right, so what we were talking about is the availability now of coping mechanisms and outlets for addicts and alcoholics of all types, or addicts of all forms, that we have at our disposal now that we didn't have in the past. And in the past, people considered us weak-willed, and we had a lack of care. So through the period of time, I think that we have, as a society, developed all of these avenues of support that we are better to address people who suffer from alcoholism and addiction, people who suffer with, rather. And I think that is how we are now able to better understand each other, and better able to understand how to help each other, instead of being, having our hands tied, so to speak. And I'm grateful for that, because I know that there's a lot of things, and there's a lot of things that help develop me and my sobriety through either therapy, through counseling, through Alcoholics Anonymous. Don't run from that word or phrase or place or title. And through counseling, and through spousal support. So if my wife and I, if we hadn't sought counseling not too long ago in December, she was still harboring resentments from when I was an active alcoholic. And that was, I've been sober for over 8 years. So, but if we didn't have these avenues of support now, who knows? I mean, what the outcome would be. And, life throws us many different opportunities. And we don't reach out to grab them, then they're kind of useless by themselves. So I hope that long answer answers that question. And again, folks, I've had a long day, so I am a little tired, but that's okay. So let's see. Yeah, 8 years, my friend. And so Jesse just celebrated 5 years of living sober, and I'm just over 8 years of living sober. We may not know everything, but daggone it, we're doing something right. And we're not unique, and we're not special. Like I always say, but we're here for each other. And that's the difference between now and the beginning of, 1935, when Alcoholics Anonymous was formed or founded, and what we understand now. And I think that having this discussion today is actually more than advantageous, and it is more than the perfect timing, because here I am in the United States of America, the Estados Unidos, after a very long time. And I would normally be drunk right now, and God bless it, I'm not. And I think that is in part to you guys, and in part to the work that I have to do every day to stay sober, and in part to the acknowledgement that my life is better without alcohol. And there's no daggone way that I'm going back without a fight, folks. Hey, Jesse, no problem, my friend. Guys, if you haven't checked out Jesse's YouTube channel, Second Chance Recovery, give it a look, man, because I tell you what, he puts a tidbit out there every single day, and I respect him, because he's been through a lot. So throw him some support, and I know he'll throw you some support as well. My friends, I have to go now. I have to go now. And the reason is because I have to get some food, because I have to go have some fun tomorrow in my job with outdoor recreation. If you found any of this helpful, give a thumbs up to the video or to the live stream, not for me, but to make YouTube push this out so it goes farther and further. And if you haven't taken a chance to subscribe to this channel, take a chance, because we help each other. and check out Jesse's channel as well. Normally we don't do these like weird plugs for the YouTube thing, but we're growing stronger, my friends, and we are doing it together. And I appreciate you. My friends, have a good night. I will be on one more time this week. Either tomorrow night or the following night. Tomorrow's Thursday or Friday. I'm so not used to the stateside time, but it is great because most of you guys are awake. So I'll either be on tomorrow night, and I will push out a notification just before, because I don't have Wi-Fi while I'm at my training area, and I don't have any signal whatsoever. So when I get back to the hotel, I'll push that out, and then I'll come on and we'll talk to each other and we'll have a good discussion. So guys, if I haven't answered any of your questions or you have more, hit me up at onesobertoanother@gmail.com. Or you can find me on Facebook on my real name, Wayne Dornboss, and I'll be more than happy to like chat with you. Life is a garden, dig it. I'm gonna see you in that next one. Good to see you, Jesse. Good to see you, Eli. Thanks for being here, Dom. Did I miss anybody? Gerald, I appreciate you dropping in, my friend. Gerald, if you have any questions that I haven't answered, because I know you kind of jumped in a little bit later, and just let me know, okay? Because I am here for you. We are here for each other. I gotta go. Bye-bye.